Come on. Yo, 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 yo. What's up, people? Derek in the building talking to you. Manning up, men building men. Man, I got some funny stuff to talk about today. Let's get to it. Hey, I was talking to a couple of my homeboys. Do you remember paddling? You probably don't because, shit, you probably didn't get paddled. That's what's wrong with some of you rascals. You didn't get paddled. You just didn't. You need to. Boy, you get paddled. And the thing about getting a paddling is everybody in the whole classroom can hear you because you out there in the hallway. And boy, you getting that paddling. And everybody's like, damn, did you hear Derek getting that paddle? That shit was echoing from everywhere. That's what's wrong with the kids today. They don't get paddled. You had a choice. The teacher said either I can paddle you or you can get suspended. And I tell you right now, nobody wanted to get suspended. Hell no. I can get paddling, I can get 3 licks, or I got to go home and deal with my family. Nah, that's all right. I'm going to take this licks right here, and I'm going to call it the day. So you need to get on these kids and be like, yo, when I was a kid, I got paddled. Now teachers can't even sneeze at the children without getting in trouble. I couldn't be a teacher, man. I you know how many asses I'd whoop if I was somebody's teacher? They'd be like, Mr. Vic, you got fired again. I'd be like, damn. I was like, well, it's all good. Hey, check it. Couple things coming up, though. Hey, Dino, if you're watching, bro, I'm thinking I'm going to put out that we want that Ohio State game. If you guys are watching, you know what I'm talking about. That means you guys did not see the podcast with me and Dino Phil, y'all. If you know, you know. So you need to get up there and watch that podcast, Manning Up Men Building Men, and you can understand why a couple group of people from the borough are going to go see Mr. Phil, y'all, and the Oregon. Almost said the bad word. The Oregon Ducks play Ohio State Buckeyes. I think it's going to be freaking amazing. If you want to know what I'm talking about and how to go watch the podcast with me and Mr. Phil, y'all, and you will understand what is going to happen at this epic event. I got a lot of people coming up, interviews. Hopefully, I'll get to interview Latricia tonight, Lou, and talk about her path and her journey with her quads and all that kind of good stuff. So we got that stuff going on. I'm going to try to get Mr. DJ Coles on here. Still trying to get Mr. Sam Fisher on here. Going to see if I can bring back Mr. Newbie to talk about finances. And then they're going to have a group roundup, bring back Leslie, Steve, Dino, because all these guys competed against each other. All these guys were great friends, and we're going to bring them up for a roundup. And we're going to talk a whole bunch of trash and get to the bottom of why I was the best athlete in Wayne County. Hey, so we're going to keep that going. Hey, all good things coming up this year in 2024, even though the rest of the world has been upside down, right? Right? Upside down. There's another war in the Middle East. P. Diddy is diddling. Every day there's some new scandal. People killing people over soda. My boy was like, man, you can't be so out of shape that you can't defend yourself when somebody is carjacking you. You missed point blank 12 times. And then you got ran over because you could not move out of the way of the vehicle. That's crazy. We talked about that, me and my boy Chase Wilson. Also, Chase Wilson, because we talk a lot because we're on shift 12 hours at a time. We had a conversation today when he gave me a ride that in our generation, we could not stay on the cell phone because your head always had to be on the swivel. Why? To watch out for the titty twister. You ever had your titty twisted? It's bruising. It's painful. Or you just got a new haircut and to get the back of your neck slapped. You wouldn't have had time to look at your cell phone because you would be defending yourself from twisting titties or getting the back of your neck slapped. So your cell phone would be in your pocket unless you was in class. Those are things that we grew up with. I grew up with paddling. I grew up with the titty twister, which was terrible. I grew up with getting the back of your head slapped when you had a fresh fade. All those kind of crazy things I grew up with that this generation doesn't have to deal with now. This generation has to deal with a lot due to social media. But in my school, you wouldn't have been over your phone because your head would be on the swivel trying to defend your titties from the twisting. Just some crazy things that we talk about on a 12-hour shift. Titty twisters. If you ain't never been titty twisted, believe me, you don't never want to be. That's a terrible, terrible thing. Oh, damn, my cigarette went out. Ain't this about to be something? What else is coming up? Washington Commanders got the second pick next Thursday. Quarterback, here we come. Back to NFC East dominance. Here we come. Cowboys fans, suck it. Eagles fans, suck it. Giants fans, suck it. Commanders are back. You got to like it. You got to love it. Just make sure you don't cry about it. My team has been sorry for about 20 years. And now the Texans are back good again. I got to listen to that shit on the 12-hour shift. The Astros are always good. I got to listen to that shit on the 12-hour shift. And the Rockets are starting to be good again. I got to listen to that shit on the 12-hour shift. What I have to talk about? My team's losing. Damn shame. Damn shame. So yes, these children, man, we got to do something, man. As a teacher, I heard somebody say that teachers need cameras on them as well, and I agree. So they can show parents how bad your fucking kids are. Excuse my language. You guys walking around here like your kids ain't doing no wrong. And your kids as bad as I don't know what. So put a camera on the teacher so when she call you and you talking about, oh, my kid wouldn't do that, you could send her the clip on how bad her kid is. Not only do cops need cameras, teachers need cameras too, so they can defend themselves. Because I promise you, if I was a teacher and your kid put their hands on me, I'm on video whooping their butt. And then I'm going to send the video to you. And I'm going to get ready because you're going to come up there and I'm going to have to whoop your butt too. So hats off to the teachers out there that have to deal with some of these children that it's really the parents' fault who allow their kids to run amok at home. And then when they go to school, they run amok there too. I'm all over the place, folks. I'm live. I'm smoking a cigar. Tatawahe. I'm off. And I really ain't got nothing to do. I'm looking for some comments. Thought maybe somebody may say something. My Instagram didn't work. It's acting childish. Childish. Some other things that have been coming up, man. Is there any good news on the news? I mean, like, can we get something positive? Can it not be murders and domestic violence, rape and robbery. And then the last 30 seconds, you say on good news, the firemen, can we not have anything positive ever? I mean, it's tough. It's tough, the world we're living in. Everything is instant. Whether the information is correct, it's coming out instant. And then if they're wrong, it's too late because the person who the information came out on instant is now tarred and feathered for life, whether they did it or they didn't do it. I saw something, according to the law, OJ didn't do it, right? I'm going to touch on something right quick. They said the only person whose death was celebrated more was Osama bin Laden. Man, you can't celebrate somebody's death. There's somebody who's hurting because the man died. Now, whether you believe he did what he did, that's something different. But to celebrate his death, I'm not sure if that's, some of the things were funny. But damn. The only other person that was celebrated more than O.J. Simpson was Osama bin Laden. Shit, Osama bin Laden killed fucking 15 gajillion million people. O.J. was accused of killing too. Shit, O.J. ain't been black since he won the Heisman. Just saying. There's some other people I need to reach out to. Vincent D. Smith, man, this guy, Vincent D. Smith, with Home Depot and the things that they're doing with HBCUs is amazing. That brother goes out of his way to make sure he gives back to his working with Home Depot to give back to HBCUs, to give back to A&T, to always keeping HBCUs on the forefront of conversation so it can move forward and continue to help people like it helped him. And the only reason I know about it because he's always pushing it. There may be other companies that are helping HBCUs, but the only one that I hear about it the most is Vincent D. Smith Jr. pushing Home Depot, pushing HBCUs, pushing education, pushing money, pushing books, pushing computers, pushing a wing, just all the different things that they're doing. And he's talking about it, getting people in the know. It's a wonderful thing what that brother's doing, man. Miss Fennell, how you doing, mama? Frank, what's going on, brother? Man, listen. I'm just rambling on, man. Hey, listen, if you haven't been watching Manning Up, Men Building Men podcast, and you want to be on that podcast, please hit me up, man. Y'all come on. It ain't, so what the podcast is about is trying to put light on it's okay for you to be a man, all right? It's okay for you to have your opinion. It's okay for you to stand on fact, stand on what you believe in, and not have to cower down to somebody else telling you that you have to. I can respect what you believe, but I don't have to believe it as well. I can respect your opinion. That doesn't mean I have to live that way. But man, we got to stop just bowing down every time somebody says something. Yeah, you're right. Nah, man. If that's not how you feel, you stand on it, bro. You stand on it. Be honest and stand on it. I'm so sick and tired of people being wishy-washy, going back and forth, oh, this, they'll go that. Whatever you believe in, you stand on it. And if it's not what everybody else believes in, it's all right. You don't have to cower down to the masses. You be your own man or woman and you can stand on it. And that's what being an adult. Believing in your beliefs. You make a stand and you stand on it. Period. Now, if the person you're having a discussion with, because it's hard for people to have a discussion, and you're able to sit down and talk and they're able to change your perspective on what you believe, that's different. You had a conversation and you were able to take in the information to make a decision to change your mind. But don't be ignorant at the same time and just say, I'm going to stand on it because that's not what I believe, and you ain't done any research. The world is flat, but you ain't done no research. You ain't never left your city, but you saying the world is flat. The furthest you've been out of Goldsboro is Kinston, but you say the world is flat. Just some things that are rambling through this bald head that I wanted to put out there. Man, first off, I love all y'all. People who are supporting me, people who are watching the podcast, who are subscribing, commenting. If you guys don't know, Tim Mitchell as well has a podcast called Views on Twos. Very interesting take on his motorcycle journeys. Whether you're a motorcycle person or not, this brother goes everywhere and shows you the right way to do motorcycle stuff. We took two different journeys that we were going to talk about. He was a regular MC. I was an outlaw MC. And we're going to touch on the differences on that when we get on here together. We just got to do better, man. This generation, and it's hard to say, is the things that are going on in the world today are our offsprings, or I'm 51, so it would be the kids that we're raising that are maybe some of the things that are indifferent to what we are. It's our generation of people that are coming up behind us, that are they strong enough to walk the torch? Some may say yes, some may say no. I can't tell because we got two of the oldest motherfuckers in the world running for office. We got two of the oldest people on the planet running for the president of the United States, and we can't find anybody else. Both these mamas went to school with Moses. Neither party is in touch with Americans. Neither party believes in what Americans believe in, except for the extreme, or I don't want to say extreme, but 4% of the right and 4% of the left. But the fucking 92% in the middle are throwing their hands up like, what? And I don't like to talk about politics. I don't like to talk about religion. But man, we got to do better. And religion, you got a $52 billion house but 14 people in your church ain't gonna eat tonight. You got a limousine, you got a Bentley, you got private jet. But people in your congregation and your community can't eat. Somebody make it make sense. I don't know. Hey, listen, manning up, men building men. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to be on the podcast, let me know. We're going to be talking about more cigars. We're going to be talking to, like I said, Latricia is supposed to be coming on tonight. Hopefully we can get that going. She would be the first female on the Manning Up, Men Building Men podcast. Just because we're talking about men stuff, we got to get a woman's perspective. Right? It's the only way you're going to find out if it's good or not. The woman got to tell you it's good. Hey, guys, listen. Manning Up, you see it in the corner. Like, comment, subscribe. Man, get on there. You know me. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk good stuff. If you want to know about the trip to Oregon, watch the podcast with me and Dino. Figure out what we're talking about. And then when it's time to go, make sure you're on that trip, that game. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be epic. It's going to be fantastic. But you got to find out what we're talking about by going to the podcast. And then by you going through the podcast, you'll see the one with Leslie Jackson, Dr. Leslie Jackson, Mr. Steve Newby, Eric Bostic, find out about banking. Find out about get your credit card processing through him and not through the bank, so he can give you this super sweet deal. One of the things he said is it is crazy that he's giving you the deal he's offering you, and people still turn him down, talking about they're going to go through the bank. When the bank is going to turn around and go to him to get the credit card processing equipment that he tried to get to you at a better deal and give you at the bank deal, which is going to be more because they got to make some money too. Damn, y'all got to watch this stuff, man. I'm giving you gems and education on people who are doing it. I got Cedric Keeping the Real Dunstan coming on too. Trying to get that worked out. That brother as well from Goldsboro, North Carolina. I remember we started exchanging cigars at Memorial Day weekend. That brother told me, man, I'm about to start a web site. I'm about to start a web movement on cigars. I said, I hear you, bro. You got to get it. He told me that on a Sunday when we was at the park about to leave. Memorial Day weekend's almost wrapped up. He told me that on a Sunday. By the following weekend, it was movement. It was a movement. Within a month, I bet that brother had about 1,000 people on his Facebook for his cigars. Not his actual cigars, but his brand. Fat Ash Cigars. It took off like a whirlwind. That brother he was focused. That brother had a dream. That brother took that dream, put it to paper, and put it in the atmosphere, and it came back. That's probably about, what do you think, said 4 years ago, 5 years ago? Hey, y'all, we're having a good time over here, man. Hopefully Fat Action come on here. And we're going to have a good time. I'm trying to look at the comments, but ain't no comments. I see people putting stuff over here. Instagram, of course, wouldn't come up. Manning Up, got comments on here. Just moving around looking. And trying to see what's going on with it. As y'all can see, I got my Dr. Pepper on. I love Dr. Pepper and Pepsi. If you grew up in Goldsboro, North Carolina with Barbara Vick, you drank Pepsi and Sierra Mist. Pepsi, the taste born in the Carolinas. Just rambling now, folks. Just having a good time. Guys, if you want to do something, I started this podcast because I wanted to do something. I wanted to deliver a message. I wanted to talk to people. I wanted to have fun. I wanted to interview people and get their story out. I wanted to tell you about people who went to the yard or had troubles growing up, but were still able to be successful. This is what this podcast is for. This is a podcast to put light on men and our struggles, to let you know what we go through on a day-to-day basis. Let's for example, men hold 99.7% of issues to themselves. Or I should say I do. And I try to process it by myself to be better for everybody else around me. As being the man of the house, I don't need anybody else to process my issues on the issues they already, because I have to be the pillar in my mind. And it's just a different mindset. My dad never, ever showed weakness. He never showed emotion. I knew he loved me by the things he did for me and for us. Now, in this day and age, it's easier to show emotions, for a man to cry, or for a man to show, it's not weakness, but show his softer side. But for people who grew up in a different area, it's a lot tougher for them. So these are some of the things we're going to talk about. I'm trying to get a couple of more people on here that deal with, mental health and physical health and all those things that men need in order for them to be for their families for long term. If you talk to a person every day that's always happy, talk to him about something else. Ask him how he's doing, because for me, I'm always the person who's reaching out to make sure everybody's okay. Every now and then somebody has to reach back out and say, bro, you always asking people, are they okay? Are you all right? And these are some of the conversations we're going to have on this podcast, and all the people that are coming up on this podcast, they're going to tell their story. We're going to reach in there. We're going to find out what they did to become successful. And then we're going to, talk about family. We're going to talk about relationships, and we're going to talk about breakups, and we're going to talk about punching motherfuckers in the face and all those kind of things, because social media has made it to where in order for you to say something bad to me when I grew up, you had to be in my vicinity. Or you had to tell somebody who was going to tell me, and then at McDonald's, you had to see me. Or at Hardee's, you had to see me. But this day, a mother can call you a sorry son of a gun from New Jersey, sitting in his drawers any day of the week, and you can't do nothing about it. When I was a kid, you say something about me, I'm going to punch you in the nose. And then we just have to figure out what happens. It's a different time. It's a different space. It's all upside down. There's been so many keyboard bullies. I just sit back and just shake my funniest thing ever, I was playing this kid on Madden, and he called me a glitch cheater because his internet was trash. And he was like, you N-word, or you naysayer, you ain't blah, 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 blah. I'm like, man, where your mama at? So I can tell her how bad of a kid you are. It was like, oh, I'm getting bullied. Man, you can't bully me. I turned my internet off. before I let somebody online bully me. And then I'm just gonna laugh at you. Look, they call me one a week cigars, right? And that's just because my wife, I was on a live, cigar live, having fun with my friend, Mr. Ray. And she was like, I don't know why you keep getting all these cigars because you only smoke one a week. And he heard it. And he was like, oh, you only smoke one a week? I'm like, oh no. That was 2 years ago. So I just changed my name to once a week. Just roll with it. Just have fun with it. Just have a good time. We're going to talk about the Army. I don't know if you can see that above my head. We're going to talk about the Army and the other branches. I got some friends. We're going to talk about that. Man, we have a good time on here all the time. That's why I just need for you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. Come on in to the party. Put some comments in. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation about it. Don't disagree. And I respond back to you to have a discussion. And you don't want to have a discussion because the only way I can get better, the only way we can get past what we're talking about is have a conversation. I'm from Goldsboro, North Carolina, where you could get a fair one any day of the week. When I grew up, they ask you for a fair one. Oh man, you got a problem? Let me get a fair one then. If anybody from the borough watching, hear them say, oh yeah, I'll give you a fair one. We slap boxed. That's how you figured out how good somebody's hands was or how you get better. You slap boxed. You jigged on each other. We didn't need no internet. We made fun of each other every day. Every day. If your girlfriend broke up with you, we like, dude, you all right? And then we would laugh at you. Yo, your girlfriend broke up with you. But you got to remember is it always comes back to you. Monday, you may laugh. Tuesday, you may be crying because your girlfriend broke up with you. And your boy going to be like, oh, man, you remember what happened when my girlfriend broke up with me? Yeah, it always comes back. It's just different. I got to have more conversations with my children. I need to do better. If you got a great relationship with your kids, keep doing better. Keep calling. Keep talking to them. All that great stuff. Talk to people, man. My wife hates to go to the store with me or to a restaurant or anywhere because I'm going to find a friend. I'm going to talk to somebody in the restaurant. I'm going to talk to somebody at the bar. I'm going to talk to somebody at Home Depot. I'm going to talk to somebody at Hobby Lobby. Wherever we go, somehow a conversation is going to come up because that's just the person I am. And she's like, oh. We'll be at the bar eating, drinking. Somebody might say something, oh, man, what you got there? I'll be like, oh, man, I got this, that, and that. And I'm like, oh, bro, what you got over there? He's like, oh, I got that. Yeah. Next thing you know, it's a 15-minute conversation. She was like, why are you talking to them? I'm like, he talked to me first. What am I supposed to do? I'm a social person. I cut my beard off. People don't like it. My job thought I was trying to get another job because I cut my beard off. It's like, nah, man, just cut my beard off. Let's see what else. There's something else I wanted to tell you guys before I got out of here. Oh, yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, man, and Men Building Men. Just hit the subscribe button. Manning Up, Views on Twos, 2 great podcasts from your homies, Derek and Tim. Click them, like them, subscribe, man. We your family. We gonna teach you nothing but good stuff. We gonna make you remember nothing but good stuff. All the things that a 51-year-old can talk about and remember, we're going to talk about. We're going to try to stay away from politics, which we may touch on every now and then. We're going to try to stay away from religion, which we're going to touch on every now and then, that we do love God. And that I pray for all y'all. We're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about being a man. We're going to talk about things that in what it takes to be a man. Because some of y'all ain't men. Some of y'all are just males. It's different between a man and being a male. Shit, some of y'all ain't even no man or male. Shit. Or shucks. Sorry, YouTube. Oh, this ain't for kids. Now, how about that, YouTube? I'm on StreamYard. I can say what I want. Oh, I've been rambling about 36 minutes. I am going to put the Dino Filia interview back up so the people who missed it can look and see what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. If you missed the trip, man, you just missed the trip. You just going to have to see me post about it and talk about it. And the people that are there, all on the videos and pictures, and you're going to wonder, damn, I should have watched that podcast so I could have been in the building. I'm going to try to tackle the duck. I'm going to try to tackle the Oregon duck. I don't even know what his name, but I'm going to see if I can tackle him, see if I still got it at 51. No, just joking. Bug, what's up? According to everybody, man, it's good to see y'all come on here and say what's up. Because I'm just up here having a good time. I'm off today, smoking a cigar, drinking some hint water. It ain't good unless you put some Splenda in here. If you just drink it regular, that shit ain't good. But if you drop a little bit of Splenda in there, I'm back on this health journey. Oh, man, that's one thing I want to tell you. I went to the doctor for my physical. I'm 51. I've never been on any medication except for Claritin and maybe some pain medication, Advil or Excedrin or something like that. So ever since COVID, I put back on a little weight, back up to 267. I was up to 276, but I dropped back down to 267, working back out on my Peloton and all that kind of stuff. So I dropped back down to 267. But when I went to the to get my colonoscopy, the doctor told me that my blood pressure was high. I'm like, what? I never had high blood pressure. It was like, you stressed about anything? I was like, no. I said, do you worry about anything? I was like, no. I said, I've probably put on 20 pounds since COVID. And he said, that could be it. So that's when I was at 276. When I went back to do the colonoscopy again, because I failed the first time, I was down 267, and, you know, the top number was down, but the bottom number was still kind of high. So I went back to the doctor. He was like, all right, I want you to take your blood pressure for the next 2 weeks, and then when you come back to me, we'll come up with a plan if it wasn't down. So my blood pressure fluctuated back and forth. When I got down those 10 pounds, it still kind of fluctuated. But what was concerning was the bottom number was still high. The top of number was coming down, the bottom number was still high. And he was like, what I don't want you to do is have a floppy heart. That way, you know, your heart isn't as strong and it's all out of whack. It's just like floppy, like like a ball that's not all the way inflated. Your heart is floppy. And I don't want it to turn to that by your blood pressure going up and down all the time. So after the 2 weeks, since I lost the 10 pounds, my top number was down, but my bottom number was still high. So he put me on some type of high blood pressure medicine for 90 days, which pisses me off because, like I said, as a 51, I haven't been on any medication, and now I'm on blood pressure medicine to deal so I don't get a floppy heart. So I'm changing again. So I'm going back to eating healthy, going back to working out and going back to doing the things that'll keep me around long enough to see my children become responsible adults and have their own children, to make them responsible adults, and maybe their children have children. Because a lot of people have had heart attacks that are in their 50s that are hard to explain. And one of the things the doctor said about my brother-in-law is that there's not enough information on black males, since black men don't go to the fucking doctor. We'll take the car to get it checked out. We won't get it checked out. The doctor said there's not enough information on black men to treat, I don't want to say to treat, but on heart disease, should I say. Because we don't go to the doctor. Oh, we'll be all right. We're just going to take, no, my heart hurting, there must be gas. We'll take gas X. We don't go to the doctor. You know, Vince and them guys talk. Health, man, we have to do better as not just black men, all men, but as black men, to go to the doctor, get your colonoscopy, get your physical every year, go to the dentist, walk around here, breath smelling like you got a rotten raccoon in your cavity. And you talking in everybody's face. You got to go to the doctor, man. And the doctor need to tell me, hey, man, I need for you to work out a little bit more. Motherfucker, I'm in better shape than you. How you going to tell me I need to work out, but I'm in better shape than you? That's what really pissed me off, too. You, the doctor, telling me I need to get in better shape, but I'm in better shape than you. You going to put me on medication. How you going to put me on medication? I'm in better shape than you. That's what it is. Final thought. Go to the doctor. Get your physical. Get your colonoscopy. Go to the dentist. Take your blind ass to the eye doctor. I'm talking about, can you read this menu for me? No. Go to the eye doctor. Oh, let me get my phone out and turn the camera on. Man, go to the eye doctor. It ain't the lighting. You blind, bro. You see everybody else at all the tables? They see just fine. You got your camera out with your flashlight on so you can see the menu. Nah, go to the eye doctor, bro. Go to the doctor. To the eye doctor. Go to the foot doctor. Shit. Go to all the doctors. Go to the mental health doctor. Or talk to somebody. Maybe stop holding this in. Tell somebody. You got to be able to tell somebody something. I know Biggie said do all your dirt by your lonesome, but sometimes you got to tell somebody something so you don't shut down. Hey, right at the 45-minute mark, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Manning Up, Men Building Men. I love y'all. Y'all have a great Wednesday. Hopefully we get Latricia on today. She'll be the first female on Manning Up. And I know she has a very interesting story. See ya.